Another longtime Oklahoma public servant will be retiring soon. Senator James Inhofe will leave office next January, and his extensive military background made him a topic of conversation at the 16th annual Tinker and the Primes in Midwest City this week. With more on what that is and Inhofe's impact on it through the years, we're joined by Kennedy Sepulvedo. Kennedy.
Rich, Tinker and the Primes is an opportunity for Oklahoma aerospace businesses to make connections within the industry. This year deemed important as Oklahoma looks to a future without the senior senator who spent the most of his career supporting the state's military and aviation industry. This year's Tinker and the Primes showcased how important Tinker Air Force Base is to Oklahoma and the rest of the world.
Yeah, this is the largest air depot, in America. Well, no, in the Western Hemisphere. No, in the NATO country. No, in the world. There's nothing else on the planet quite like Tinker Air Force Base that has as many missions.
One of the reasons for Tinker's prominence within the U.S. military is due to the work done in Washington, D.C. by retiring U.S. Senator Jim Inhofe. Many are appreciative of what Oklahoma's outgoing senior senator has done to keep Oklahoma connected to the U.S. military's needs.
Jim Inhofe retiring is incredibly significant to our state, and I think it's more so than what people understand.
That legacy is awesome, and it's also it's going to be a hard show to fill, whoever takes his place.
And you cannot underestimate the impact that he's had on the state. It's gone beyond what people can even imagine. While I can't say we won't miss a beat, I think we're well prepared to move forward.
Senator Inhofe currently serves as the ranking member of the powerful Senate Armed Services Committee. He's been on the committee since 1995 and acted as a chairman when Republicans held the majority of the U.S. Senate at various times during his career. Because of Inhofe's position, Oklahoma has never lost a single military installation during cutbacks called BRAC.
We've not had a single BRAC closing in any base or post in Oklahoma since he has actually been on the Armed Services Committee. So he's been tenacious in not only protecting our military and projecting our power worldwide, but also in protecting our bases and posts here in Oklahoma.
I don't think we're going to miss a beat with the new senator, but we got to get somebody else plugged back in there. But whoever the next senator is, and then Langford will step right up.
Inhofe served in the U.S. Army and has over 11,000 flight hours as a pilot. He became the only member of Congress to fly around the globe when he recreated Wiley Post's legendary trip around the world. His advocacy for aviation has led to the aerospace industry to soar to the ranks of second leading economic engine in Oklahoma.
They are literally the grease in the gears that not only helps keep the funding flowing to continue to modernize and sustain the fleets, but also upgrade and produce new aircraft for the nation.
The longtime conservative has seen success while building Oklahoma's strength as a crucial part of the nation's defense.
We forget the core of the Navy's communication on their nuclear threat is here in Oklahoma. The core of what's actually happening for sustainment on almost every aircraft system in the entire United States Air Force is all from here. The munitions and ammunition that's used by all of our branches comes from here. The training in the Army for folks that are worldwide actually comes from here. The training in our new pilots comes from here. We are the core of a lot of what happens in our United States military.
Inhofe saw some not so successful times too. In 2008, Senator Inhofe pushed for the construction of a mobile cannon and its production facility in Elgin, Oklahoma, as part of a $160 billion Future Combat Systems modernization program. The plan was scrapped a year later when there was concern about the cannon's compatibility with other components of the evolving combat system. There is no doubt Senator Inhofe has made a major impact in Oklahoma's military and aviation industries, but Oklahoma now has to look towards the future. Senator Inhofe continues to help Oklahoma see a bright future while on his way out of office. One of his final acts while in the Senate is to keep the AWAC program stable as it innovates to the next model of aircraft.
He's ensuring that the next fleet into the E-7 is the replacement for the AWACS fleet. He's making sure that plane has what it needs to be brought to bear, but also that the current fleet of AWACS aircraft are sustained until we bring the E-7 on.
Of course, congressional support for Oklahoma's military and aviation industries will continue after Inhofe's retirement.
Going back to do the Lord's work in the Devil City, my colleague Stephanie Weiss was one of the big advocates and defenders for Fort Sill, frankly, in the House Armed Services Committee, where she currently meets.
We're going to continue to be able to do that because I'm firmly committed to our installations and understand the significance of that, not only in Oklahoma, the significance enough to our economy, but the significance also to our national defense.
That partnership in Congress will lead to business for Oklahoma companies.
We have contracts right now where it's congressional money that was allocated to us to provide services back to AFRL on how to reverse engineer hardware.
And we've had operations in other states and other countries, and we choose to be here and grow here because the people of Oklahoma is really what makes all this work.
The special election for Senator Inhofe's seat goes into a runoff between Republicans T.W. Shannon and Markwayne Mullin on August 23rd. The winner of that race will face Democrat candidate Kendra Horn, Libertarian candidate Robert Murphy, and Independent candidate Ray Woods in the general election on November 8th.